Hello friends, welcome once again in the journey of GenAI. So in the last video we have seen how the LLM works, what are the architecture of LLM and on what basis it takes the input, right? Vector embedding, semantic search, all these things we have seen, right? So if you have not watched my previous videos, I would highly recommend to watch those videos because those videos are very helpful, right, to take it forward. Now going forward, let's do our hands dirty with some of the GenAI codes, right? So to write the GenAI codes, first we need to create the OpenAI account, right? So let me go to platform.openai.com, right? Basically, so what you need to do, first you need to sign in with your account, right? So I have logged in with my account. So you can use any of your email, right, to log in. And once you logged in, you need to come to the dashboard, right? So you can see, you can create prompts, you can do agent building, right? Right. So, and our main task over here, the first step should be, right, add the credits, right? So without having credit, you cannot create an API key, basically, right? So how you can do that, I will come to that point in a minute. First you can see what, so you can see the usage, right? How many tokens you have used, how much amount you have used, right? You can see the API key, right? So how you can create the API key? First you need to, let me delete this, revoke, right? So you need to create the API key. So first you can give any of the name, right, like testing coding gist, that you need to choose the project. If you have not already created the project, you need to create the project, create the secret key, right? Now you can copy this. So I'll delete this secret key after this project. So you can also do the same thing for the safe side so that it cannot be misused. So let me copy and paste it at one of for the safer side, right? And this is done, right? So we have created the API key, and before that, right, so you need to add the credits to your account, right? How you can add the credit? So you need to go to your profile, right, and go to billings, right? You can see I have already added the credit balance, right, which is it is remaining approximately $4. Now to add the credit balance, you need to add it here, and the minimum balance you can add is $5 at least, right? You cannot add less than $5, right? You can see if I'm adding 3, it is not allowing, adding 4 not allowing. When you add 5, and then you can add the payment method of your choice, right? Either card number and all, and then you can make a payment. So once you have added the credit balance, then you can create the API key. All right, you can create the API key, and you can see the billings. You can limit the usage, how much you can use, right? Let me go to dashboard once again and show you the logs part, right? So as soon as you start using the API key, you can see the logs, where you are using, how you are using, which model you are using, right? Each and everything you can see here. So once you have generated the API key and used it, you can remove it safely. So how you can remove it? You can revoke, right? This is so simple. I would highly recommend you to revoke your API keys once you have you are no longer using it. So let me create one more API key, and then we'll show you how you can use it in your project, right? So testing, right? So also while creating the API key, you can have different kinds of permission, right? Like what model do you need the permission, right? The model, what all things the model can do, right? To restrict the unwanted uses, right? You can create read only also, right? So as of now, for the testing purpose, I'll use all. Right? Create secret key. Right? The key is generated. Let me copy it and let me save it at some safe place. I have saved it. Now it is done. Now once you have generated the API key, go to the docs. Now you can see these are the models, right? You can see all the models which has the OpenAI, right? So we have 4.15, 5.2 and also each has their specific use. You can see 5.2 is best for coding, right? And so forth, so on, right? So let me go to docs once again, and it has given you the snippet how you can use it, right? So basically you are importing the OpenAI SDK and then creating a client and choosing the model, giving the prompt and then receiving it, right? So here they are not mentioning that how you can use the API key, right? Let me show you and demonstrate you, right, how you can use the API key. If you are coding in different language like JavaScript, you can use this code snippet. As of now I am using the Python. I'll show you in the JavaScript in the later videos as well, right? So let me copy this, and before copying this, right, so let me open this in the VS Code. So we have opened the VS Code, so let it load properly first. Now you can use any of the command prompt. I generally use the bash, so if you prefer using bash, it's good. Else you can use other command prompts also, like PowerShell or CMD, right? So first I'll initialize the project, the Python project. So for that, previously we were using pip, but now the latest package manager is UV. It is a very good package manager, very fast, right? So if you want to use the UV, I have created another video in you can find the link in the description and the I button both. So let me initialize the project, UV init, right? So as soon you do UV init, it will add you the it will create a project, right? So you can add your dependencies in this file, right? So in the dependencies, this is the main file, right? And this is the Python version currently we are using. So let me 3.12, right? And this is the git ignore file. So let me add the package. So first copy the snippet. Sorry, let me first copy the snippet. So right, so let me copy this. I have copied. Let me paste it here. Right. So what does this snippet say? Right, from OpenAI, import OpenAI. So first we need to install the OpenAI. So let me install that. So UV add OpenAI. Now you can see in the project.toml toml file we have successfully installed the OpenAI. But how we will use the key, right? Which we have generated. For that we will create the .env file, right? So that while sharing the project, right, it should not be shared with other things, with the files, so that your secret things will already be secured, right? So for that, what you need to do, you need to do OpenAI underscore API key. Now what you need to do, you need to paste your API key over here. So I'm pasting it over here, but I'll cut this video or blur it for the security purpose. I have saved it. Now if you are a Python coder, you will understand that if you want to use the .env file, what you need to do, you need to import the .env package, the .env, right? So now what you need to do, you need to add this package uv add .env, right? Now .env has been added successfully, right? Now we need to load this. So what we need to do, we need to copy this and load this, save. So what is the issue? It is saying import OpenAI could not be resolved. I believe it is already been resolved because of the cache or something. It is showing something like this. So let's ignore that. And now once you have created the client, you have specified the model, right? And you have given the input. And then once the response is coming back, you are just writing the output text. So let me run this. So how you run this UV? I have already showed you in my previous video where I have demonstrated how to install the UV package manager. So what you need to do, you need to say UV run main.py, right? So let's see what the output will come. Now you can see that, right? So it has given us the story, right? Once in a quiet valley where the moonlight pool and all blah 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 thing, right? So you can see it has successfully generated. So this is how we use our model, right, and the OpenAI SDK to give the prompt and get the responses back. So in the upcoming videos we will utilize this snippet and we will enlarge it, right, and we will see how we can utilize it for some meaningful activities like Agentic AI, RAG and all those things, right? So we'll see one by one, and this playlist will be interesting. Hope this video is giving some information to you, and for such more informative videos, please like this video and stay subscribed if you have not already, and have a great day. Bye bye.